Hey, 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 everybody. Welcome to Passionate Pursuit of Manifested Purposes. Let's get raw. This is our Wednesday night Bible study. I'm super excited. I'm your girl, Dr. V. And tonight we're going to break the word of God down. This word right here. Oh my goodness. When God gave me this word, I said, what? Listen, I'm just telling y'all, like, I don't know if you all understand the power of how God moves, but I'm telling you, I absolutely understand. And he's moving in miraculous ways. Let me share to some groups and share to my page. This word, baby, this word. Okay, so let me share. I love it. I love it. I love it. So you guys come on in. Let me know who's here. Let me know who's here and where you are tuning in from. Let me know who's here and where you are tuning in from. We're a little late tonight. We actually had a class on healing that ran a little over, but I wanted to make sure because we were not here last week. I wanted to make sure that I got in this week. So here we are. Sharing Messenger. Okay. Come on in. Come on in. Let me know who's here, where you're tuning in from, who's here, and where you are tuning in from. Super excited. All right. All right, you guys. Okay, so let me get started. Let me get started with this word because listen, I do not want to miss the opportunity to share God's word with you. So let me pull up the scriptures. We're going to be in the book of Proverbs tonight, the book of Proverbs. You guys share this with someone. All right. Hey, Stacy. Girl, I just been with you all night long. All night. All night. I love it. I love it. I love it. All right. So let me share my screen. Okay. So we're in Proverbs chapter 3, and we're going to be reading from the New Living Translation. The New Living Translation. Proverbs chapter 3. So let me tell you how we ended up in Proverbs chapter 3, right? So I had just done the class on healing, and I was like, okay, God, do you want me to talk about healing, right? You want me to talk about healing? I was looking at some scriptures for healing, and I just didn't feel it. I didn't feel it. It wasn't resonating with me. Like, I was like, that's not in. So I just paused, and I said, okay, God, where do you want me to go, and what do you want me to talk about? And he said, go to Proverbs chapter 3. So I go to Proverbs chapter 3, and I'm like, wow, God. Okay. So let's talk about Proverbs chapter 3. Now, I don't know why it's glitching, it's freezing up. I don't know why it's doing that. Hold on, you guys. But this internet, honey, it be acting up sometimes. Okay, so Proverbs chapter 3, starting with verse 1. My child, never forget the things I have taught you. Store my commands in your heart. If you do this, you will live many years and your life will be satisfying. Now, listen, mind you, we just got through talking about aging and getting older. I want y'all to see God in this, right? Never let loyalty and kindness leave you. Tie them around your neck as a reminder. Write them deep within your heart. Then you will find favor with both God and people, and you will earn a good reputation. Trust in the Lord with all your heart. Do not depend on your own understanding. Seek his will in all that you do, and he will show you which path to take. Don't be impressed with your own wisdom. Instead, fear the Lord and turn away from evil. Then you will have healing for your body and strength for your bones. Honor the Lord with your wealth and with the best part of everything you produce. Then he will fill your barns with grain, and your vats will overflow with good wine. My child, don't reject the Lord's discipline, and don't be upset if he corrects you, when he corrects you. For the Lord corrects those who he loves, just as a father corrects a child in whom he delights. Joyful is the person who finds wisdom, the one who gains understanding. For wisdom is more profitable than silver, and her wages are better than gold. Wisdom is more precious than rubies. Nothing you desire can compare with her. She offers you long life in her right hand and riches and honor in her left. She will guide you down delightful paths. All her ways are satisfying. Wisdom is a tree of life to those who embrace her. Happy are those who hold her tightly. By wisdom, the Lord founded the earth. By understanding, he created the heavens. By his knowledge, the deep fountains of the earth burst forth, and the dew settles beneath the night sky. My child, don't lose sight of common sense and discernment. Hang on to them, for they will refresh your soul. They're like jewels on a necklace. They keep you safe on your way, and your feet will not stumble. You can go to bed without fear. You will lie down and sleep soundly. You need not be afraid of sudden disaster or destruction that comes upon the wicked, for the Lord is your security. He will keep your foot from being caught in a trap. Do not withhold good from those who deserve it when it's in your power to help them. If you can help your neighbor now, don't say, come back tomorrow and then I'll help you. Don't plot harm against your neighbor. For those who live nearby, trust you. Don't pick a fight without reason when no one has done you harm. Don't envy violent people or copy their ways. Such wicked people are detestable to the Lord, but he offers his friendship to the godly. The Lord curses the house of the wicked, but he blesses the home of the upright. The Lord mocks the mockers, but is gracious to the humble. The wise inherit honor, but fools are put to shame. This entire chapter talks about wisdom. It talks about wisdom, and it talks about moving in wisdom. So, when I first read the first part of it, I was like, wow, God, listen, we dealt tonight in the how to start your journey in health healing, start your journey in healing, in self-healing workshop. We started and we talked about how a lot of things are established in childhood, right? But he says, my child, which is a term of endearment. Never forget the things I've taught you. Store my commands in your heart. If you do this, you will live many years and your life will be satisfying. As we were talking about age, and we talked about getting older and, not knowing how things were going to be. But this is the reality. When we don't forget the things that God has taught us and we store his commands in our heart, we'll live many years and our life will be satisfying. It does not have to look like other people's aging. Our aging doesn't have to look like their aging. Not letting loyalty and kindness leave you. Well, why does loyalty and kindness leave you? Hey, Corey, why does loyalty and kindness leave you? When does loyalty and kindness leave you? When people, we feel like people have taken advantage of us, when we feel like people have betrayed us, then we may have a tendency to want to go to the place where we're like, well, these people aren't loyal. I'm not going to be loyal. They're not nice. I'm not going to be nice. He says, tie them around your neck as a reminder, write them deep within your heart. Then you will find favor with both God and people, and you will earn a good reputation. Where does it come from? Never letting loyalty and kindness leave you. See, then it says, trust in the Lord with all of your heart. Do not depend on your own understanding. Seek his will in all you do, and he will show you which path to take. Now, listen, y'all. We have our path. We have what we think we need to do, and then God has the path that he wants us to take. And I would much rather be on the path that he wants me to take than the path that I think I should take. Because when God does a thing, he does it so perfectly. So, my God. He says, don't be impressed with your own wisdom. Instead, fear the Lord and turn away from evil. Then you will have healing for your body and strength for your bones. We're talking about healing. Don't get caught up. Oh, excuse me, y'all. I'm so sorry. Don't get caught up in your own wisdom. Instead, fear the Lord and turn away from evil. Then you'll have healing for your body and strength for your bones. Now, check this next part out. See, as God is going through this, he's dealing with different aspects of our life, right? So he starts and he deals with obeying his commands, right? And the benefits of obeying his commands. He deals with being kind and being loyal and the results of that. Then he deals with trust. He deals with trust. Then he says, okay, let's talk wisdom. Don't get caught up in your own wisdom, right? It's not about your own wisdom, right? Then we deal with honoring the Lord with your wealth, right? Because listen, when you honor the Lord with your wealth, he increases it. Then we talk about discipline. So I want you to see the things that God is talking about as we go through chapter 3, right? Then he goes into this litany of things that happens when you operate in wisdom. Everything from 13 down deals with wisdom, deals with using your wisdom. It deals with not losing sight of common sense and discernment. It deals with not withholding good, not plotting harm against your neighbor, not envying violent people, right? Understanding that the wise inherit honor, but fools are put to shame. So you don't have to get caught up in the fact that people are doing wrong and it seems as though they're prospering, because just because it seems like they're prospering doesn't mean that they are prospering. So check this out. And I want you guys to get this, because this is what this is all about. Chapter 3. When I look at chapter 3, it is my reminder. It's my reminder that things aren't always the way they seem. And this is the next thing that it reminds me. It reminds me that God desires to do good for us and do good to us. And we have to be in a place where we can accept that. So we had this class tonight, right? We had it Friday night and we had it tonight. And we're doing this whole program, and you guys have to check this program out. But can I tell y'all something? Those of you who were on, like, you'll get this, okay? I heard God say, cut it in half again. I heard God say, cut it in half again. Cut it in half again, right? So what that means is the amount that I told you, cut it in half again. And that's how much it would be for you. Now, this may not mean much to you guys who weren't on, so you don't know what I'm talking about, but know this, that when God takes you from one number, right, to another number, a lower number, that's like a third, right? And then he says, take the third, cut the third in half, and then cut the half of the third in half. Listen, cut the half of the third in half. Now listen, that's nobody but God. But see, if I was caught up in my wisdom, then everything that I said, whether it was the full price or the third price, that still was good. Or even if it was the half of the third, that still is a good price for what people are going to get. But he said, cut the half of the third in half. Wow. Cut the half of the third in half. Listen, I heard some people praying. The Lord heard your prayers, right? And so that's literally what we're going to do. And if you want to know more, reach out to me and I'll definitely tell you more. But this is what I'm going to tell you. God is so concerned about us that he speaks to the hearts of people. He said, go to Proverbs chapter 3. He said what the price should be. This is what I need you to do. Just this time, do just this time. Do it this time, but do it this time for me, right? If you do this for me this time, if you bless my people this time, I promise you there's a blessing on the other side of it. Literally. You guys, I am so blown away, but y'all already know how God moves with me, right? So here we are, and we're talking about the wisdom of God, and we're talking about his commands and keeping them in our heart. We're talking about his wisdom. We're talking about honoring him with our wealth, not getting caught up in our own wisdom. We're talking about discipline. We're talking about all of the kindness and common sense. And we're talking about all of these things. Why are we talking about them? Because Proverbs is the book of wisdom. It is the place where wisdom is shared so that we can live a life of wisdom. I'm not going to be on long tonight because, listen, let me tell you something. I need to send the people this email, right? So that they can know what God just did. Because I'm telling you, if you don't know what it's like to want something and to pray and say, God, I want this, but I don't know how this is going to happen, then you may not get the magnitude of what God just did. But believe me, it was huge. So let me say this. Tonight, I want you to truly imagine the life that you want. I want you to stretch, right? But I want you to remember, as you're embarking on your journey of getting this life, to walk this thing out. I want you to remember this. Don't be so wise in your own mind that you can't pay attention to the wisdom of God. And don't be so busy being mean that you can't operate with loving kindness and common sense. Don't make your life so complex and complicated that you miss the fact that all we got to do is trust in the Lord. Listen, that's it. Trust in the Lord. Trust in the Lord how? How are we trusting in him? We're trusting in the Lord with all our heart. Do not depend on your own understanding. Seek his will in all you do, and he will show you which path to take. Bam. Proverbs 3:5-6. We hear it all the time. People are always repeating it, but I need you to get that in your spirit tonight. Trust in the Lord with all of your heart and lean not to your own understanding, but in all of your ways acknowledge him and he will direct your path. Find his will and he'll direct your path. Tomorrow, my father has surgery. And I could be all stressed out. And I'm going to tell you why I'm not all stressed out. Because I know the God that I serve. And I know my daddy serves that God. And I know that daddy is not stressed out. That's not how he moves. But much like this chocolate, This is dark chocolate and candy cane. Two of my favorite things. These are two of my favorite things. This dark chocolate and candy cane. Separately, they taste good. Absolutely. But there's something unique that's created when you combine them. God is bringing some things together. And I want you to know that it's designed to enhance the taste and not take anything away. Embrace your journey. Embrace the learning. Meditate on this chapter. Meditate on the word and say, God, what is it that you want me to take away from this? And how can I apply it to my life? And let's dig in and let's tap in and let's allow God to be God in our lives and walk this thing all the way out. Because I promise you, what God is doing, he's doing for your good. Y'all, let's close out the month of May in a place where we're walking in the authority that God has already given us, walking in the dominion that he's already given us, that we are living the life that he's already died for us to have. And let's do it unapologetically. Passionate Pursuit of Manifested Purposes Ministries is all about application of the scriptures, application of the text, right? It's all about healing. It's all about purpose and destiny. It's all about bringing it into the present, bringing it into the now. It's all about drawing to you those things that you desire instead of focusing on the things you don't desire, which brings them into your life. And it's really about understanding you and the fact that God loves you so incredibly much, that you are the apple of his eye, that he desires the very best for you, and it's waiting for you. And just know that God's got it and he's got us. If you want to know more about the self-healing class, you can inbox me and I can send you some information about it, send you the replay, and you can let me know if you're interested in pursuing anything more. But this is what I know. God is doing a new thing. Shall you not behold it, right? Shall you not behold it? Listen, I want to see everything that God is doing that's new. I want to be a part of his move. I don't want him to do it without me. I don't want to miss it because I don't understand and I won't trust him in the process. No, I'm going to trust you, God, because I know you got me. Listen, I love you guys to life and life more abundant. Thank you so much, Stacy. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. I'm glad that you got a lot out of it. But if you want to know how you can take the journey or start the journey to self-healing, be sure to inbox me, let me know, and I'll give you some additional information. I'll send you the replay. The replay will go out tomorrow, you guys, so that you guys will have that. But I just want you to know that God absolutely, absolutely loves you. And he desires the very best for you. And I want you to be able to receive all that and more. So you guys know this. Know that I love you to life and life more abundant. Have an absolutely amazing and incredible night. Be blessed. Mwah.